Leo, this is your weekly for the November 16th through November 22nd, and you're going to have 4 tarot cards and a card from the Midnight Oracle deck that I recently got, and I'm still getting used to, so I'm still reading the book and everything on it, but you'll be okay. And we've got, for your first card, your general energy. I don't know why I wanted to say that. You'll be okay. Maybe you'll be okay through all of this issue that you're dealing with this week, because you know what? I'm going to say you could be dealing a lot with Cancer energy this week. Even though this is a Taurus card, the Six of Pentacles is about give and take, but Cancer had a lot of self-care, what do you really need to do for you, and what have you been putting on the back burner kind of energy. Like, you could find that you've been putting off some of the things for you that you've wanted to do for you. Putting yourself last on the list, and well, it may have been time for you to give to other people. It is now time for you to give back to yourself and see where your baseline is at the moment. Also, ensure that you're not giving to someone out of selfishness if you're just not kind of handing them something that you don't want to deal with and expecting them to see it as a gift. Because that's not good, Leo. You could also feel like you are dealing with this power and dominance energy where you may feel like you're getting triggered by other people and not being able to acknowledge it necessarily right away. And like you need to overcompensate, or you need to throw your energy in there extra hard. And make sure you show up like 3 times your size, or 3 times your energy, or 3 times as loud as you normally do. And I don't think you're going to realize it at the time. You may start to see other people kind of react differently around you whenever you come in like that, but it will take a little bit of self-reflection for you to realize where that's coming from and realize that you're doing it. For love this week, this is not just romantic love, it is the love and relationships that you have with everyone around you. So friends, family, children, parents, blah, blah, blah. We have the world in reverse. The world in reverse is talking about, where is your personal power coming from? Where is your personal sense of you coming from? Have you been relying on the things around you to determine what you are too much, and what are you without that feedback? Have you lost that boundary between yourself and the things that you allow to influence you? Do you know why things influence you the way that they do? And have you just been taking the shortcuts of having a personality by saying that, well, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that, and it's all things that other people do. And it's not really anything that you create or anything that you affect for yourself, but things that other people do that add to your life. And you're defining yourself that way rather than by things that you do. Choosing that over your own ideas, and it almost feels like you may be feeling as though you're an incomplete person. And it's all been in an effort to protect yourself. You may have found that in the past, dealing with people, because it is in the left position, that you may have been creating boundaries by saying that, well, you're not into this, so I'm not interested in you. Or you're not going to be involved in this, so that's a condition of being involved with me. And if you're not, then toodaloo. I don't know why toodaloo was something that needed to come out, but yeah, that could be something that somebody around you says. It could be something that you say. And you could be finding that you kind of quit on yourself at some point. And now you're at this point where you are meeting delay after delay, because things have gone from requiring you to be on their level to being on your own level, and you may need to acknowledge where it is that you're at rather than kind of reading the room and playing off of that, Leo. It's not about bouncing somebody else's energy back to them. It's not about that kind of masking. It's about showing up authentically as yourself, and that's where you're having some issues. Because putting up that boundary isn't going to get you any further than you're already at. For your money card this week, we have the Knight of Swords. As much as I'm shuffling this deck and everything, I am getting a lot of repeat cards this week, so bear with me, guys. I don't remember who the Knight of Swords showed up for anyway, but with the Knight of Swords, you could feel like you're going back to something that you've done before, a job that you've done before, and it's not in a management position. It doesn't feel like it's in a management position. It feels like you're going back to like an entry-level position. You may be you may be willing and driven to succeed in this position. However, don't okay, I'm going to put it this way. There's a difference between work ethic and putting in the energy and time and focus that you need to on your job versus being somebody else's bitch. Now, I say that in the context of, it's almost like you may have been an assistant manager or a manager at some place and you're going back to this after being in another job, but you're coming in at an entry level position rather than a managerial one, and because you've been a manager before, because you've been in that kind of higher position before, they expect you to do that for entry level pay. Don't do it. Yeah, if they're going to pay you for entry level work, do entry level work. Do not hold yourself to your high standard and get walked all over. As willing as you are to come in and deal with situations, you may just have to let some of these situations play out on their own, and as odd as it sounds, act your position, act your pay. Just because there's an issue, unless somebody's life is on the line, it's not your job to step in and fix it for everybody just because you know how. For your underlying energy this week, we have the Lovers. Where are your connections, and why do you have them? Why are you associated with some of these things that that you define yourself by? And as much as you may be partnered with somebody else, where is that passion coming from? Is it coming from you, or is it coming from a shared interest? If that shared interest isn't there, where is the relationship at? So for your Midnight Oracle, we've got the Withering Sage. So with the Withering Sage, it is the 37 card, and it reduces down to a 10 and then a 1. So keep that in mind. You could be 37, or you could be born on March. Well, no, you wouldn't be born on March 7th, but you could be dealing with someone born on March 7th, and maybe you were born on the 10th or the 3rd or the 7th. So for the questions that you need to ask yourself if you feel like you are stuck this week: what wisdom can you gather from your experience? How can you embrace the beauty in letting go? Okay, I'm going to re-say that. What wisdom can you gather from your experiences, and how can you embrace the beauty in letting go? So again, let go of some of that responsibility that you've held before. If you're not getting paid for it, if you're not being compensated for it, don't. Learn from your mistakes, and I want to kind of reiterate the whole interest thing. why are you involved in these interests? What kind of itch do they scratch? And is it because it helps put your mind in order, or is it because it just helps to kind of fill the emptiness, fill the silence? Why are you interested in some of these things and not in others? What is so great about this thing, and why are you gravitating towards that instead of this? Thank you, Leo. Please tune in to What the Hell, coming out on Sunday. It is the 11th episode, and I hope you enjoy.